dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Macy Marie. May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. Although more than 44 million American adults have a mental health condition, many more go undiagnosed. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher shows us how the Lions Club in Coal Run is working to break some of the stigma behind that.
Many struggle with some type of mental illness.
There's a lot of stigma in our area associated with it, so that's what we're trying to do is break down the barriers.
According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 18% of adults in the United States have a mental health condition.
This is our kickoff event for the month of May for the mental health awareness.
Nathan Coleman is the president of Coal Run's Lion Club in Pike County.
The Coal Run Village Lions Club took this on several months ago to bring in this whole initiative to get rid of the stigma of mental health.
The organization held a mental health walk and talk to help people like Jack Walters.
It was becoming a problem that I was recognizing, and I went through the proper channels.
Walters struggled with anxiety before seeing a psychiatrist.
And I feel as a result of that, I'm able to be a lot more productive, a lot better person.
Navigating the illness with the help of Dr. Jay Narola.
People don't want to consider mental health as a medical illness, just like people suffer from diabetes, high blood pressure.
Hoping this event will start an important conversation.
Improvement in various levels, personal level, social level, occupational level.
Killing the silent stigma. In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Mental health conditions are the leading cause of disability in the United States, and if you think you may have a mental health condition, you can call the number on your screen. That's 1-800-662-4357. In Clay County, 2 separate incidents this week led to charges of endangering the welfare of a minor, among other things. Early this morning, deputies found a man slumped over the wheel of a vehicle outside Alvin's store. A child was also inside that vehicle with Jamie Jordan, along with a loaded syringe. Jordan was determined to be under the influence. He faces multiple charges and was taken to the Clay County Detention Center. And then this woman, Roberta Lovins, is also charged with driving under the influence and endangering the welfare of a minor. The story here, Clay County deputies say they watched Lovins drive into a brush pile near the intersection of Upper Raider Road and Kentucky 472. A small child was found in the back floorboard of that vehicle. Lovins admitted to taking prescribed medication. She was also taken to the Clay County Detention Center.
We've seen our share of showers across eastern Kentucky on this Saturday, and more rain is on the way. Let's take a look at Pinpoint Doppler right now. Track where the heaviest of the action is, and you can see we've got a few decent cells up along the Martin County and Mingo County borders, and also a pretty little heavy band of rain right near Boonville through portions of Owsley County just to the south of Lee County. That's going to head up into Breathitt County over the next little bit. Pretty much most of the coverage area under a flash flood watch through early Sunday morning, as we could see some heavy rain overnight tonight that may lead to some isolated high water issues. So be aware of that. The temperatures have been on the cool side today because of the cloud cover and the rain. Right now, most of the region checking in the mid 60s, 65. Pikeville, Hazard, 67, London, 68, and Williamsburg. Remember, you can always get the latest forecast on the WYMT weather app and be alerted when severe weather moves into your region. And you'll see that forecast from the app tonight showing those temperatures moving from the 60s into the 50s with shower chances sticking around. And the rain looks to continue into Sunday. Will it last for the entire day? We'll take a closer look at that coming up here in just a few minutes, Macy.
All right, thank you, Shane. The Ohio Department of Health is urging people in the state to vaccinate for measles. The highly contagious disease has not been reported in 5 years, but cases were confirmed this year in nearby Indiana and Kentucky. During an Ohio outbreak back in 2014, the illness spread quickly among the Amish community due to their low vaccination rates. There were nearly 400 cases that year. And the amount of reported measles cases this year among people living in the U.S. is higher than usual. A Church of Scientology cruise ship spent days quarantined in port in Curaçao because of measles. There are hundreds of people aboard, and their risk of contracting the disease is not known. Before coming to Curaçao, the ship was quarantined in St. Lucia for 3 days. A woman crew member tested positive for measles. Now no one can leave the ship until they know who came in contact with her. On Thursday, West Virginia officials announced a lawsuit was settled against the opioid distributor McKesson for $37 million. Senator Joe Manchin says the suit is a long time coming.
Uncovered this last year, and I brought it up to everybody's attention last October. They denied it. They said no negotiations, no talks, no settlements, and they thought basically just dismissed the whole thing. Well, do they think I just made up the figure of $35 million? We knew what they were trying to settle for. We knew what they were trying to do. It was horrible then. It's horrific today. To think that they would sell out the state of West Virginia.
Governor Jim Justice reportedly said he wanted more money from McKesson, which made more than $2 billion last year. West Virginia has the country's highest opioid overdose rate. A free dental bus came to Floyd County to help those who cannot afford proper dental care. WYMT's Lauren McCourt talked with volunteers who say seeing people walk out with a better smile makes it all worth it.
Going to the dentist is a necessity.
There are many people who need care and are unable to get to it.
But for some, it can be too expensive.
Dentist is something that is very expensive and it's not covered. A lot of people can't afford dental care.
So God's Appalachian Partnership teamed up with North American Mission Board to bring the dentist to town.
We're just offering this free dental clinic for any of those who just need it in our area.
The planning started long before the bus stopped here.
We've been waiting for a whole year. We planned it actually last April.
Dr. Valentine is one of the many volunteers who donated his time to help the people of Eastern Kentucky.
The Lord wants us to help others.
Traveling from Versailles, he helped more than 60 patients.
Favorite part about this is knowing that those people are receiving care that they wouldn't otherwise be able to get.
Without getting paid a dime.
That's a way that I can give back my talents and my experience in helping others.
Dr. Valentine not only is helping fix teeth and making lasting smiles.
Tell them how the Lord can bless them.
But hopefully someone's heart. In Floyd County, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Morris says that he hopes to have the dental bus back again in the near future. Over in Breathitt County, firefighters burned down an old building for some training today. It was part of a live burn exercise. People driving on Kentucky 15 near Jiffy Mart might have caught a glimpse of the exercise earlier today. The training lines up with International Firefighters Day, which is observed on May 4th because of 5 Australian firefighters who died in a fire back in 1999. One body has been recovered and 2 employees are still missing after an explosion rocked a silicone plant in Illinois just before 10 p.m. last night. Emergency crews in Waukegan suspended the search for the missing employees due to the hazardous material and the structural integrity of the building. Officials say it's unlikely the missing people survived that explosion. It's not known at this time where the body was found. Officials are working with the site owner to secure that site.
I live about 20 miles north in Kenosha, on the north side of Kenosha, and was sitting watching TV downstairs and heard the windows shake in the house and asked my wife, did you feel that too?
4 people were transported to local hospitals. Officials say 9 people were in the building at the time of that explosion. North Korea fired a short-range missile from the east coast of Wonsan toward the east on Saturday morning. The Joint Chiefs of Staff said Korea and U.S. authorities are analyzing details of the missile, which was fired around 9 a.m. The Joint Chiefs of Staff were not immediately available for comments, while South Korea's presidential spokeswoman said they were checking the report. If you have not already, go ahead and grab your hat and start celebrating. Derby Day is well underway. Krista Frost was out at Churchill Downs today, and she has more.
Our meteorologists say of all of the derbies, about half of them have been rained on, and this year, well, that's no exception. But that's not stopping thousands of people from heading out here and trying to guess who will take home the roses.
I'm going with maximum security.
Win, win, win.
Improbable.
The jockey that has the most colorful jersey that brings the most joy.
Not sure yet.
But even if they don't know, there's plenty of other things to keep them entertained. From the drinks,
mint juleps,
ice cold mint juleps. Don't think about it, drink about it.
It's not bad. It's great.
To the fashion, and of course, the horses. They all say it's an event unlike any other.
Seeing the city turn out, I mean, literally everything turns out. The diversity that I'm seeing is lovely and inspiring to me.
Everything, really, the parties, the food, all the people. Yeah, it's awesome.
The people, the Southern hospitality is so wonderful that it's just such a treat to be here.
And it's that Southern charm that keeps people coming back for more. Reporting from Churchill Downs, I'm Krista Frost, WKYT.
This is the 145th Kentucky Derby. And closer to home now, Friends of Jenny Wiley is hosting their own Derby party. Talk Derby to Me is held at the Jenny Wiley State Resort Lodge in Prestonsburg. There are raffles, food and drinks, and of course a Derby hat competition. All proceeds go back into the nonprofit organization. Jim Stewart says this is the perfect way to celebrate from home.
This is the way some of our friends, all of us, can get together and have a good time with the race without having to drive all the way to Louisville.
Members and friends of Jenny Wiley participate in multiple cleanup efforts throughout the year to keep Jenny Wiley State Park beautiful. If you have not made it out there yet, you still have time. The event lasts until about 8 o'clock tonight. And still to come on Mountain News Weekend Edition. The Knott County Trail Ride continues this afternoon into this evening. We'll show you some video from out there.